I talked to my friend in Australia, the doctor, and you remember him, he was here, and he had access to the government websites, the toxicology and virology websites of our federal government, because he is a qualified MD. In fact, very qualified, because he doesn't practice regular medicine anymore. He does natural medicine. You know, he turned honest. All right? And he said that the only people who are really susceptible to getting this flu are those who have been immunized within the past 5 years. It's like a magnet. They've been set up to receive this one. This is a test. They're seeing how people are going to react to shut down all these schools and all these businesses and all over the country. And they're fear-mongering to you. Fear, fear, fear. Be afraid. It's going to get you. This is the pig flu for you. You know, only pigs can get swine flu. You can't transfer it to people. It has to be purposely altered. And they did that. Why? Because they're a dirty bunch. Because they're conspiratorial. You know, it's hard for good-minded people to think like them. That's why so many people don't believe it. Hey, who would be so vile and evil? People die from this stuff. What do they care? One of their own said that a good plague maybe every 10 years or so, of course they moved that up now and shortened it, would control the population. He said it would be unpleasant, but what of it? Bertrand Russell. Bertrand Russell. And then you've got Maurice Strong, who is really a big wheel in the United Nations. He said when he dies, he wants to be reincarnated as a virus so he can infect as many people as possible and kill them off to preserve Mother Earth. These are the people running the show. What kind of a brain operates that way? Listen to what they're saying. People are walking in abject ignorance, many of them willfully. Well, Barack Obama got up and made a speech the other night, Wednesday night I think it was, and he was talking about his first 100 days in office. Oh, what 100 days it has been. Look at the country. Change. How you like it? There's no dollars left, there's nothing but change. But I'll tell you this, he was on this, there was a program, and of course I only heard about this because I don't watch these programs at all. I've got a player at home that plays DVDs and things, but I don't get programming in. But anyway, I was informed that Barack Obama was going to be on, and the program that was preempted to get him on was a program called Lie to Me. Now, this program is something about where they have a lie detector, elaborate lie detector set up, and they get volunteers to come up and hook up to this lie detector, and they ask them all kinds of incriminating questions, and they have to answer it. It's for entertainment purposes, right? Lie to me. So here, they preempt it, but the programming that was set up in there, it kept the caption on the screen while he was standing and talking. Lie to me. Huh? So, you know, how much more appropriate can it get? Woo! You know, another one of these little signs. So, besides the pigs flying, now I'll tell you what, we are in a time when there is such distress in the world. People don't know where to go with this, what to do about it. Pressure everywhere. People are walking the streets, they've lost their jobs. Chrysler has about had it. Of course, Fiat is going to buy a big share of them. The government will have some of them. They're in Chapter 11 now. Fiat, of course, that word means fake. Did you know that? Fake. Phony. Boy, where did they come up with these names? That's like, remember the General Motors, that car, the Nova? Remember the Nova? They never could sell that thing in Mexico because Nova in Spanish means doesn't go. Who wants to buy a car that doesn't go, right? They really don't think things through very well, do they? I notice things like that. I've got a degree in marketing, in business administration. that I picked up a while back many years ago. But, it's an interesting study to see the mistakes and how they're made. But I know that people are struggling. More and more places are closing up now. They gave the banks a stress test, and they didn't pass. All of the biggest banks, and they said not only did they have toxic debt like we thought, but it's 3 times worse than we thought. Now, I had this old credit card with a $30,000 credit limit on it. My credit score is 839. It only goes up to 840. I don't know why they didn't make it 840. But that's okay. My wife's is higher than mine. Traditionally has been. But anyway, these banks, well, we have this credit card, $30,000 credit limit, 0 balance, because I haven't paid a penny of interest for 12 years now. I don't pay anybody interest. I don't have any debts. No mortgage, nothing. Which is why I can live on just a little bit of money. I don't have to pay the banksters, all this interest. But anyway, they sent me a letter saying that based on my credit score, they had to cut my credit line from $30,000 down to $15,000. I thought, fine. In fact, I called them and said, cancel it out altogether. I don't even use it. Who wants it? But, they're trying to come up with these excuses. See, when they extend a line of credit, that's a liability to them. They got all that potential debt out there. Even if it's not on the books as far as being used, it's still an obligation on their part. So now you find the banks are cutting credit lines, they're cutting these, and they're bringing a lot of them down below. People are over the limit now. By bringing their credit line down, they throw them over the limit, charge them fantastic rates, for penalties and so forth. There is nothing more crooked than the credit card industry, except maybe Congress. They're always trying to be the good guys, But I'll tell you what, in the House of Representatives, they are constantly getting us in more and more trouble. Always. We need to understand there's only one who is on our side. In this world, you are the common herd. You are the num-nums. You will be taken advantage of. Have they ever done it to you? Have you ever felt like a victim in this economy? They keep getting you over and over and over and finding new ways to do it. And is it by accident? Do these things just happen to happen? Remember the words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who said, carte blanche, he said, if it happens, you can bet we planned it that way. 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason. But he actually told the truth that time. Wow! Yeah, they slip out sometimes. He was a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason, and of course, his successor, Harry S. Truman. And now the S stands for nothing, by the way. Did you know that? He had no middle name. He just stuck an S in there. It just sounded like it flowed nicely. Harry S. Truman, 33rd degree Mason in the Scottish Rite. And when he was running for president, he was questioned by a reporter. Somebody actually had the nerve to ask him this. He said, I heard you are a Mason, and Masons have secrets, secret society. Harry S. Truman said, I am a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason, and I'll be damned if I know any secrets. Do you think he might have to answer for that? Do they do anything in secret? Do they have secret handshakes, secret passwords, a secret agenda? I've been in their lodges. I was in the House of the Temple in Washington, D.C. Had a tour through it. Sat right up in the Grand Master's chair and rebuked it in Jesus' name. Come on. I used the word Jesus, and that Grand Master, he said, we don't use that word around here. They might call him J of N or Adonai, but they will not say that name. They won't touch it. It offends them. And they're afraid it will offend their Hindu brothers and their Muslim brothers and so forth.